How would you feel if the US government made the day for voting a holiday? Make it a holiday and have voting last either a week or a 24-hour period so people deemed essential workers can actually have a chance. Serious question, are elections in the US not on Sundays but on regular working days? I feel like it'd encourage more people to actually vote. Especially if they kept their 4th of July energy for the day. In Australia it's on a weekend but polling stations are open earlier in the week so you can go earlier if you are working. But people like to go on the day so you can get your democracy sausage. Actually coming from another country, I really cannot understand why it should not be a holiday or a Sunday, where most people have time. As a democratic country you should enable most of your citizens to be able to vote. And that is generally the case when they have time to vote. I'd work just like I work every holiday. We have a general election this year and I am working it as a polling place manager. We have voting on a Saturday and this year because of COVID they were opening some of the voting places the Saturday prior also. For 2 weeks leading up to the elections you can cast a special vote, so there are plenty of opportunities and no one has to miss out. In fact this year, for the first time, you don't even have to be enrolled to vote. You can enroll and vote at the same time. I can't believe America has an election on a Tuesday. That's absolutely insane. Not only should it be a public holiday for you but companies should be legally required to release staff, if they are working, in order for them to be able to vote. At best it would be akin or President's Day or Labor Day. Office and bank workers would probably have the day off but some jackwagon would get it in their mind to start promoting voting day sales so the majority of the retail workforce wouldn't get the time off and would probably reduce voter turnout. Vote by mail then it wouldn't need to be a holiday. Biggest problem with a holiday is that at best only office workers would get the day off. Not blue-collar, fast food, customer-facing services, min-wage workers. It also doesn't address lack of polling stations in some counties. Experience. 20 years voting by mail in Oregon. Wouldn't making Election Day a federal holiday create demand for service industry folks and retail workers to take on more shift doubles as businesses hold sales and such to take advantage of all of the federal employees' day off? As in, those among the most impacted by Election Day availability? I would vote for more education on the correct usage of commas in schools. Plenty of people still work on any other holidays. Why would this be any different? It would make absolutely zero difference. I work a job, like many jobs that don't give a fuck if it's a holiday. We still have to work 365 days a year. And the thing is many poor people work jobs that you don't get off for holidays. But schools would have off so they may have a harder time balancing work and finding a babysitter. And with people having the day off it may be even busier for stores and restaurants meaning less ability to let people get off early or get a break to go vote easily. There is also an issue where it may give people the idea of a day off and instead of using it to vote they party, travel, do some type of activity or events and don't vote still lol. It'll never happen. They don't actually want you to vote. I actually don't think it would increase voting. People would plan other stuff to do with their day off not including a vote. In the UK it's always a weekday but the polls are open very early and late so it's easy to fit around work. It's about access. Would love it, and encourage it dude. Don't care, we'll have to go to work anyway. How would you feel if using unnecessary commas was illegal? People would just turn it into the same thing as most holidays in the working class which needs the time the most will be made to work. Voting Day Sale, 50% off store-wide. Get the Voting Day Special, ribeye, lobster tail and specialty drink for 23.99 inches. Etc. We need mail-in voting, more polling places that can't be shut down, infrastructure to help people get to polling places. I actually didn't know this until now. How can they even conduct election during a working day? Currently, many voters, especially lower-income wage earners, cannot vote because they have to be at work. And it can take many hours of lining up to cast a vote. Many politicians are against mail-in ballots, preferring to make voters take time off from work then wait in a long line. In Singapore and some other countries there already is a voting day holiday. It would be awesome to see it in the US. In India if the elections are on a weekday, organizations are instructed to either give a day off or give 4 or 5 hours off so that the employees can go vote. Either ways a day off should be provided or someone like me might never land up voting in US. I'm going to copy and paste my reply from Ask an American. No, because it would negatively impact the poor working class since it would become yet another retail holiday. We should have a 2-week voting period, very similar to what we have with early voting except every polling station open, where every person has an entire day off in that period to vote. It should be PTO, but I'm not sure that could be mandated. And I think mail-in voting should be very encouraged. I don't think it would help much. Instead, we need to either have a voting week or fully embrace mail-in voting. A full week gives anyone enough time to vote. Lines will be significantly shorter in addition to simply having more times to choose from. If everyone can vote, then that's cheating. Outraged. It would pretty much destroy my worldview if the US did something sane and logical at this point.